Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Awaken the World. It is Monday, the 25th of January, already in the year 2021. Hard to believe the first month is almost gone. It is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You are here with myself, Garhen, the still Toothless Tiger, for another 9 days or so. And we're going to be talking about the present moment tonight. Knowing the present moment. So I want to read just a little statement to you, but before I get to that, of course, let me express my love for you, my perfect love for you, accepting you exactly as you are right here, right now. There is absolutely nothing that you need to be outside of what you are right here, right now. And we're going to talk about all of that tonight. But I wanted to share something by Connie Chapman with you, and then we're going to get right into this discussion about the present moment and about knowing the present moment. The present moment is your creation. Now, we have to really, be willing to take responsibility for that. Whatever we perceive the present moment is, it's our creation. Love it and accept it wholly. Why? Because you created it. It doesn't matter whether you created it consciously or unconsciously, you have created it. And you need to love that creation. You need to love it and accept it wholly. And we're also going to be speaking about acceptance again tonight. This life and this moment is your masterpiece. You did it. This is your art, your play. Embrace it so deeply, so fully, and feel its perfection. For in the present moment, there is nothing but perfection. It is only in our judgments on the past and our fears and worries for the future that we perceive something outside of the perfection that life is right here, right now, in the only moment we truly have, which is the present. So, how are we going to go about talking about this tonight? Well, I think it's good to understand first and foremost that acceptance of whatever's going on right now is absolutely critical. And the reason you need to accept it is because you have created it. This is your gift to yourself. And it is always your gift no matter what you do, because that's the magnificent love that we live within. No matter what you do, this creative universe makes it perfect. Just let yourself take that in for a minute. Right here, right now, in this moment that you have created for yourself, it has already been made perfect. It is perfect right here, right now. What is it about the present that we often wish to avoid? And the reason we avoid the present moment is because we are not at peace with what is. That's where that acceptance, that surrendering to what is, that I've spoken about many a times, and you've heard from many other people, that's why it is so crucial to surrender to what is right now, and to accept what is right now. Now, this doesn't mean we can't do anything about it. It means it's already here, though. It's already present right now. The time to do anything about it came a long time before, because we live in a world of artifacts, of remnants. whatever we see present, physically manifest. Let's get an example here that can make this very simple. So, on the day that a divorce is done in paper at the courthouse, is that the day to try to deal with the divorce? Or was it a long time in the past that those thoughts and words and deeds manifested and kept manifesting that led to the perception of that problem or remnant here right now? It's also the same with physical things. We think about building a house, there's the thought. We talk about building the house, we hire someone, that's the word. Somebody, the contractor or ourselves, depending on the situation, takes the actions. And lo and behold, after a period of time has gone by, the house is manifest right now, in the present moment. But if that house is 2 feet off of where you wanted it, pushing up against the house today, already done, already complete, it's a type of insanity. Think about all the times, and usually it's at least a couple times a day for most people, if not many times a day, that you're pushing up against what already is manifest instead of accepting it right here and right now and surrendering to its existence. Now, again, that doesn't mean we can't affect change. What it does mean, though, is we are in a clearer place. We're not pushing up against that thing that's manifest in front of us. And as I've talked about many times, you know, when you're pressing up against something, you have to be really close to it. When you accept it, when you surrender to it, it's like taking a giant step back. And not a little step, but all of a sudden, this thing I was pushing up against almost out of sight. It's way over there on the horizon. And there's an entire picture again. And this perceived little problem or puzzle has now just been put back in its true perspective. A little tiny blip. But if I choose to push against it, it's huge. It's monstrous. It's blocking my view. It's blocking me from all of life. So in our acceptance and surrender, what we're really doing is understanding that all the things that were necessary to create this right now had happened before. And we have no choice but to accept what is right now. And then we can go ahead and affect change. So how do you know when you're in the present moment? Well, you're in the present moment when there is stillness within you. When there is no longer a voice babbling or worrying about the past, feeling guilt, and no fear for the future. Right here, right now, in that space between spaces. I hardly ever experience any other state of being, to be honest with you, anymore. That stillness is magnificent and monstrous. The noise is so muted and so low that the present moment is where I live. And this is the moment that's available to each and every one of us all the time. As a matter of fact, it is the ground state of your being, pure presence. That divine consciousness experiencing itself in the physical realm. And yet that egoic mind, that highly creative gift of that mind that you have, can be guided to a state of stillness. And it is in this present moment that there can be nothing wrong. And it's not that the present moment makes nothing be wrong. The present moment reveals that indeed there is nothing wrong right here, right now. And as I said from that quote from Connie Chapman at the beginning of the video, this is your masterpiece. It really is. And when you embrace it wholly, when you explore that present moment down deep into the depths of your being, you understand that no matter what you're experiencing right now, there is a perfection to it, a magnificence to your path. You are not somewhere you should not be. You are exactly where you need to be right here, right now. So how do we become more present in our lives? There's the obvious list includes taking time to meditate, taking time 1 minute, many times a day even, just to watch your breath in silence for 1 minute. Making sure that you incorporate as much laughter as possible. You cannot help but be present in a state of laughing. It is impossible to think, impossible to be anywhere else except fully present when engaged in laughter. And pure, unadulterated laughter can be thought of as a vocal outpouring of that love of creation and the truth of creation. It's a joyous thing. It's not something out to get you, not something out to harm you in any way. So aside from meditation, how do we become more present? Well, one of the best ways to become more present, and this is one that a lot of people don't think about very often, but you need to clarify what you find to be truly valuable. So what does that really mean? It means you have to be honest with yourself. And okay, so if you value peace, in example, you have to ask yourself why you're so willing to assert your opinion on someone else, perhaps. Or whether it's worth going and yelling at that person who just parked a little too close to you and it's going to make it hard for you to get in your car. If you value solitude and quiet, are you living your life in accordance with your values? And this is where we become very disjointed. When we don't clarify what's truly important to us and then live out our lives from that state of being, we literally invite getting stuck in the past and the future into our existence. You know what's valuable to you. You have to be willing to live your life from that place. That is one of the very best active ways that you can gain presence and return to a state of presence. And, honestly, I would laugh more right now, but when I do, it's just like a big gaping maw. Something akin to the Joker off of Batman. That's okay. There's only 9 more days to go, and there'll be some pearly whites in there. Not too pearly, but there'll be, teeth. Declutter your home. This is another thing that draws away from the present moment. Everything that we possess literally possesses us. And it pulls us away from the present moment and takes up our time and our energy in maintaining and looking after and all the other things associated with it. Be willing to live with as little as comfortable, not as little as possible, but as little as is comfortable for you and your current state of egoic being. Do not judge yourself. As a matter of fact, if you can, give up all judgment, give up all opinion, choose to have no point of view at all, and simply observe and allow life to bring to you what it will. And in there, I promise you, you will find all the fulfillment you need. The present is called the present because it is truly a gift. And it is a gift that isn't something outside of ourselves. It's not a state of being to get to. It's the core state of your being. It is only at the level of the mind that you can take yourself away from the presence and the present moment that you are manifesting. It's your creation. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing in your creation. It doesn't matter what they're creating. You have access to the present moment because it exists within you and it's already active right now. Embrace it. Whatever's happening in your existence, embrace it and love it, and that will help to change your vision. Much love to you this evening, as always. Namaste. I hope you have a beautiful Monday night, and we'll speak again very soon. Take care.